Wait, can you record now? Still?
Yeah, let me see here. No.
No? Okay, I'll send you the link.
Okay, no problem.
So I was saying, and everybody, hello again to our wonderful Jose on the first English student of this YouTube channel. I was saying you are lucky that you took me up on this offer because many people, I have been talking to many people about this, but then I say, hey, are you ready? You know, want to come online, want to come on Zoom right now? And then they say, oh, maybe later, you know, maybe tomorrow is better. But you wanted me to talk about take up. I said, you are lucky that you took me up on this offer.
Yeah, of course.
A
I
separable
appreciate it
phrasal
a lot.
verb.
I'm sorry?
It is a separable phrasal verb. I say, take me up. It separates. I will give my own definition. I could look up a definition, but to take up is basically it has multiple meanings, but in this case, to take up means to accept. Take me up on this offer. You accept my offer.
Okay. Okay, I understand. And I appreciate a lot to this is our second class, so of course I am excited to learn more English with you, Evans.
Thank you. Yeah, I enjoyed yesterday, so I thought might as well do it again. Plus, now I think I should be able to actually launch the channel soon because I want to have 10 videos before I launch the channel, and I think I have now it'll be 8 with this video tonight. So, yeah,
Good. You are closer.
yeah, we'll see. I feel like it can work for sure. But yeah, everyone watching, there is a new gringo in town, okay? O melhor gringo que já teve. Okay. So what do we talk about today? Work, fun, pronunciation.
I think pronunciation is good.
You're sure you want to talk about this?
I don't know. It's hard.
I think so. Well,
Okay.
because for me to critique your, I'll do it. We can do it. No problem. But for me to critique your pronunciation, I need to test it. So I need to have you read something, and then I will basically listen to what you are saying and try to hear the sounds that you are saying more Spanish-like and not English-like, which is essentially what happens when people speak a second language. They want to say the sounds more like their first language. Let me see. Okay. It's hard because, you know, I have
Yeah,
to
I
give you
think we,
something
we,
with
we can.
many.
I was thinking probably that we can start for more easy conversation.
We can do
Probably.
pronunciation. I just was copying and pasting something. Um, like here. Can you read this at the bottom? Okay, so I will listen and I will critique your pronunciation and listen for your things that you were saying that are giving you an accent. How critical do you want me to be? You want me to be completely critical, only a little critical?
I think completely critical
Okay,
will
I'll
be
be
okay.
okay. I'm listening.
Okay. Recording yourself gives you the chance to listen to critique, I don't
Critique.
know, critique your English speaking skills. You can take note of things like sentences structure, word choice, pronunciation, and fluency. This can give you a better idea of what your strengths are and which areas you need more work.
Okay. All right. So a couple things to talk about. Don't worry about this one. This is very difficult.
Very difficult. And
It
also
critique.
critique. This is a new. This word is new for me. Critique.
Yeah, critique is criticar, I believe. Yeah, criticar.
Yeah.
Okay. This word is very difficult. It has the famous TH. So don't worry so much about this. Strengths.
Strange.
We can talk about this, but so just off of the first time hearing you, I feel like the biggest sound I'm hearing that is causing an accent is S. Like people who speak Spanish like to say S, and we just say S with nothing at the beginning. And you are not always doing that, but like in this case, sentence structure.
Sentence structure.
I hear sentences structure. There's this S in the middle. And
Uh, Sentence structure.
sentence structure. There is no, the S does not end. Sentence structure.
Sentence structure.
So, and listen. Can you say listen?
Listen.
Speaking skills.
Speaking skills.
So, just something to think about. I was hearing S's being pronounced longer than we say them. Do you remember yesterday that we talked about, I mentioned yesterday that short syllables in English have different pronunciations.
Yeah.
So this is very different from Spanish and Portuguese, where every syllable is the same length. The letter E is always pronounced, well, actually in Portuguese it's different, but in Spanish, the letter E is always the same. It never changes. In English, it does. And can you just say these two words for me? I want to see how you do with the whole short syllable thing.
Pronunciation and fluency. Fluency. Pronunciation.
There you go. So there's so many things I could say about this particular sound in English. It's called the schwa. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. People consider it to be the hardest vowel in English, but I personally think it's the easiest. It is the absence of a vowel. So one of the biggest things that creates an accent from someone who speaks Spanish or Portuguese is that you always want to pronounce every letter.
Yeah.
And in English, we do not always do this. The biggest reason that we don't do this is if the letter is in a weak syllable. So, like here, pronunciation, you did say all of the sounds correctly, but the timing is off. And as crazy as it sounds, I think this is a really important thing to think about when we're talking about accents in English, because a long syllable will have 3 beats. And then a weak syllable will have one. And then some words have a secondary stress syllable. Let me think of pronunciation. Yeah, so I think that, oops, of course, wait, let me see. Pronunciation. I hope that I'm correct in the syllables I'm thinking. Pronunciation.
Pronunciation.
Which is the strong one? Is it none or is it a?
I think noun pronunciation.
Yeah, and then this one is the secondary stress. Okay, so this is 3 beats. This is 2 beats. And then this one, this one, and this one. They are all 1 beat. So what this means is that
It's like to a volume of I don't know, an intensity of how do you need to pronounce?
I think it's just length. So like doing this, we would say pronunciation, pronunciation, pronunciation. So I know that this is kind of a crazy practice to think of words like this, but it is something important to think about because you were saying intensity in Spanish. If there's an accent on a word, or Portuguese, they will write it. In English, no. And I do not think pronunciation. Pronunciation. So I do not think that we say the syllables more loudly, but we say them longer and we will fully pronounce the vowels.
Okay.
Whereas in this first one, pra, I do not say pro, I say pra.
Pronunciation.
And so
and I was thinking that it was pro, but it's pra.
Yeah, so but this is the crazy vowel. So in all of these that I said 1 beat. And this is for any word. If the word has 2 syllables in English, it's doing this. Where we will do a relaxed pronunciation of the vowel. We will do a relaxed pronunciation of certain sounds, like S will be Z, T will be duh. This is a big reason. I don't have any proof of this, but like even the pronunciation of shin there, that's a big reason for that. Or measure from yesterday, because it's in a weak syllable, 1 beat. So we don't want to say pronunciation. So we just say pronunciation. So something here too. Shin. I'm hearing too much of a vowel still at the end. And it's shin.
Okay, pronunciation.
Yes. So this is just something to think about because every word that has multiple syllables will have this vowel in it somewhere. And the vowel changes depending on the word, the letters that are around it.
And I also want to let you know something, Evans. Consider that I also learn Portuguese. So many words you just get the correct pronunciation when you go to the country and live for a long time. But even
Mhm.
if you studied in your or even if you studied with your own in the school, or as a teacher, probably you just get it when you in your day by day. uh, but this is very interesting what you are trying to tell me, because it's hard. We when we study, we don't stop um, to things in this kind of level. Try to make an analysis of a work that you are doing now in this video.
Yes. Oh, you like I think this looks really crazy, but thank you. I'm glad you like it. Um, yes, you know, it's just a big difference of English versus our other languages, that there are these weak syllables and they always will have a more relaxed pronunciation. And you're saying that in order to know the pronunciations, you need to be in the country, which obviously it helps. But I do think you can be guided or given, hints and tips to understand us better, because often in English classes, we speak very formally, but at times formally to a detriment. Like you will never hear the true pronunciation. Um, for example, an English teacher will tell you in a formal situation, never say I'm, say I am. We don't say
Yeah,
contractions in
yeah.
formal situations, but all native English speakers, we cannot keep this up. Oh, wait, another phrasal verb. We cannot keep this up. Um,
To keep up, to continue doing an action.
yeah, we can't keep
Okay.
this up. We will eventually start saying I'm not, you're not, he isn't, because this is just how we naturally speak. But an English teacher might say, no, no, we only say I am not. A big example is the pronunciation of the letter T,
Mm-hmm.
which is very crazy and complicated in American English. Um,
Yes.
Generally, when the T comes between two vowels, we will pronounce it like duh. So wait, but in an English class, I will say waited, because this
Waited.
is because this is the formal pronunciation or the good pronunciation. But in real life, I say waited
Waited.
with the
And it's
D.
different, but in the real life, you speak waited. Really?
Waited with a D. Waited.
Waited.
And a lot of this has to do with the fact that this isn't a weak syllable also. Waited, did, waited,
Yeah.
did. Not waited, water. Oh, let's test your R. Speaking of R, um,
Just what was I just want to say something, Evans, because in this kind of level of English, this kind of difference of weighted or weighted, as you tell in the correct pronunciation, but when you are speaking with a foreigner person, consider the context of the conversation. You can understand it really.
you're saying if you
Eh,
say waited, if this creates a difficulty in understanding?
yeah,
No, no. We will always understand the letter T as ta,
I got
but
it.
it's important for a lot of the pronunciation stuff that I'm talking about. It's important for two things: accent reduction, because um you need someone like me, you need an American to tell you all these weird little pronunciations, but also for comprehension. I think a lot of times people do not understand, particularly American English, where um you know, maybe we do not speak so formally as British. We have a very different way of pronouncing things. So it's important for understanding, because
Okay.
think about all of the times that you see words, our biggest problem, you and I, we have the same problem, which is in Spanish and Portuguese, when you write a word, you always know how to pronounce it. The letter L is always the same sound. The letter A is always the same sound, right? You can look at a word and know how it's pronounced. And in English, no.
Mm-hmm.
So your
Okay.
problem is to understand that.
Yeah.
Why is the word potion, 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 and for me to explain it to you. And both of these are very, very difficult things.
Yeah.
So, um, I want you to start to see trends and patterns in pronunciations. Like when you're reading, like even this corrections, we've kind of talked about measure, corrections, pronunciation. Now you kind of
Pronunciation.
know, well, okay, they're in a weak syllable at the end of a word. They say it in a very fast, like as fast as possible. Tion, 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 shin. Somehow it turns into shin. Now you kind of get it. Or pra and not pro. You might think, why are they saying pronunciation and not pronunciation? Produce and not produce.
Produce.
Now you
Okay.
can think of this
Okay.
when you hear a weird pronunciation and go, is it in a weak syllable? Because that's often the time that you'll hear some weird alternative pronunciation. It's in a weak syllable.
Okay. No, good, good. This is a good explanation of how I can improve in the correct pronunciation. Pronunciation.
This is gonna be a good video for YouTube, to be honest. This is pretty good information for anyone learning English or wanting to speak English, because
Yes.
I've been thinking about this a lot for years, the specific issue that I told you about, because everyone asks so many questions. How do I say this? How do I say that? And I can always give an explanation. Oh, well, blah, 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 blah. But this particular issue, I just was never able to give a good explanation for. Why in English are things not pronounced the way that they should be, if there is even such a thing in English. But if you want to know the truth, one of my biggest tips for
I want it.
comprehension.
I want it. I want
Okay,
the biggest tips. This is very
wait,
important, not
why
just
don't
for me,
we,
but also for the
for
viewers
the
from
YouTube
YouTube.
people, yeah, by the way,
Yeah.
please like my videos, okay? Um, so 3 tips for, or no, these are the 3 things that make, uh, I'll say letters, even though we don't like to say this in English because a letter does not always combine with a sound, but 3 things that make letters change their sound. I think this is very important to think about because, like I said, in Spanish, it's always the same sound. In English, no. So why is it different? Most people don't know, but number 1, unstressed syllable. So
I
water,
see. Yeah, good. I
produce.
water produce.
Now, the second, wait, what is the third now? I know of my 2, but there's a third and I'm like, what is it? Okay, 2. Consonant clusters. almost always at the end of a word. So basically, we walked. Okay, walked. Hugged.
Walk. Hug.
So
Hug
see
it.
that letter there, D?
Yeah.
With walked, it's a T, and with hugged,
Walk.
it's a D. So the
Hug.
syllable or the consonants that we do not use our voice, I always like to call this consonantes que se susurra. I don't know.
Okay.
This is just my favorite way to call them because it's easy to remember. That would be k.
I got it.
I do not need
Cock.
to use my voice. I do not need to
It's
say ka. I just say k. So
yeah.
I whisper the K. I also whisper the D. Walk.
Walk.
And like this is a good pronunciation thing too. Wa.
Wa. Okay.
Like for example, strengths. Strengths. Ah, strengths. I think the G turns into a K there. Anyway, this can make the sounds change the letters change their sounds too. And often at the end, at the end here, we also see this with the letter S, likes.
Likes.
And let's just use hugs again, hugs.
Okay.
Hugs. So we have these consonant clusters at the end of words. They generally end in D or S. But they can end in other consonants, and often the consonants will they will change their sound to match the consonant that comes at the end. So like in the case of walked, or no, they change their sound to match the last consonant. Changes its sound to match the consonant that comes before it. Walked, hugged. But we could have a longer word like sixths. Here, one of the craziest words in English.
Yeah.
Sixths.
Six.
Sixths. Sixths. This is oh wait, asked. That's a better one.
It is very hard.
Wait, that's a better one.
Six.
Asked.
Ask.
Asked.
Asked.
Ah, there you go. Yeah. So this is a big thing that changes the sound of a letter is if it is in a consonant cluster, and then the consonant will try to match the consonant that comes before it. So if it is one of these that we whisper, the S or the D can turn into S or duh. Sorry, S or ta. And then if it is a sound that we do not whisper, we must say ga, ba. Then the D will be duh. And
Okay.
the S will be zzz. I was gonna say a third. Wait, I always
You
say
have a difference. It's if you. I was thinking now. You just learn it when you practice a lot. This and you repeat a lot. This and you use it of course. Because even if you studied it the correct pronunciation, probably you will forget it in some case because it's more practice I think that than
pronunciation is very hard.
very hard. Yeah.
I've been speaking Spanish and Portuguese for many, many years, and like I still have to always think about some letters that I say. There are some vowels that I say more in the English way, like instead of saying inteligente, I will say inteligente. And I always say I instead of E. So I'm always just thinking like E, but then I'll say I, and then I'm like, no, I said
Yeah.
I, not E. You have to always be thinking about it.
Yeah.
But what was my third? I swear there are 3 things that I say here to people, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
Unstressed syllable, consonant cluster. I can't even remember what the third one was. Oh, this is so bad. I am the worst English teacher ever. I swear there were 3 though. I'm not crazy, and there's only 2.
For a second video, you
What do
will
you think? You don't know what the third one is? I don't even remember what I was gonna say here. Because there's these
for the next video you will remember it.
there's the unstressed syllables, there's the consonant clusters.
Stress syllable consonant clusters.
I remember.
Do you?
Yes, I do. Vowels together. Oh, you know what? Let me just get my notes on this.
Okay.
I'm gonna delete everything here. Let me see, because the recording is gonna go away soon. I actually have really good notes on this if I can find them. So, have you ever heard of short vowels and long vowels? Short vowels in English are a, e, I. And long vowels are a, e, I, o, u. And usually the only difference is that a short vowel, there will only be one vowel, like cat. It is a because C-A-T, there's only one vowel, there's not 2. But pale is A because it's P-A-I-L, so there are 2 vowels.
Okay.
Or rate is A because there are 2 vowels. There's an A-T-E. So if there's 2 vowels close to each other, the first vowel will say its name, whatever it's called in the alphabet, like A, E, I, or O, U. If there's an A and a, okay, I'm gonna paste some notes I have in Portuguese about this. Vowels together. So basically,
Oh,
a
what's
sing
that?
a singular a singular vowel is a short vowel, 2 vowels together, or 2 vowels separated by 1 consonant make a long vowel. So
Okay.
like here with A, if it's followed, oh, but I put that in there to count for the schwa, the sílaba não estressada. We already talked about that. But like A, if it's followed by another vowel. So like I said, pale, P-A-I-L, rate, R-A-T-E, but cat, C-A-T.
Okay, I got it.
Same with O.
Oh,
O, if it's
ah,
followed by another
ah.
vowel. So like road. Here, I'll put examples. Road.
Okay.
But if it's not followed by another vowel, rod.
Rod. Rod.
E, wait.
Uh,
E goes, what was I saying here when I said I? Wait,
uh,
A-O-E-I. I don't know what I meant here. If it's followed by another vowel, oh, it goes E, duh. So like bead,
Beat.
heat,
It.
pet,
Pet.
only 1 vowel.
Pet. Okay.
There's like some things in here that I don't want, but whatever. So for I, it goes I if it's followed by another vowel. Kite.
Okay.
But then it goes it if it's alone. Kit.
It.
You